Hi Belinda. How are you? Beverly. Good evening. How are you? It's a little cold tonight and windy. Weather report say it will be raining, but see, it's not raining, just windy and cold. Come back. Come back.
A little windy.
Yeah. Sorry, the wind too big. Sorry about that.
are you, Sherry? Good. Glad it's not raining. Yeah. 20 degrees warmer, but not everything. What'd you bring us, Miss Rebecca?
Pizza.
Yeah.
Asian pizza.
Asian pizza?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And food treats tonight,
Power on. Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
Oh, how cute! Can't see with that hood up.
You like it?
Yes, I love it.
I put it as my watermark.
Oh,
Look.
nice. You already.
So
Oh,
cute.
great.
Thank
Yep,
you.
I put it as my watermark.
Oh, nice. Thanks, Rebecca. That's a little festive. Nice. I like those stars. Oh, it's chilly out here.
Okay, that's my hand.
It's not raining.
That's what it's not raining or hailing, so.
It isn't raining.
Boy, the wind's blowing. You'll be able to put it down.
Humans been controlled since the day that they were civilized. The truth has been so heavily politicized. If you don't know who's controlling you and killing all the little guys, find out who you're not allowed to criticize. Black folks who were never ever actual slaves, fighting with white folks who ain't actual Nazis. Controlled by rich folks who use the news to make hate. While elite folks control other political parties. It's a big lie, trying to make you pick sides, trying to make you burn the cities down and kill each other. They got sick minds, big lies, keep on the police so that there's big crime. To take away our freedom, to restore order, they let die. Play with people, turn men into women, make the counterculture mainstream to mix up the system. Change the pronouns, if gender is a spectrum, so is privilege. I know poor white folks and black celebrities with millions. They starve you with a lack of information and only give you facts through a branded corporation. Distort your worldview with an algorithm that changes based on propaganda curated for your engagement. We can't be free, can't have no peace till we're on the same team. But y'all are sheep. Industry's just part of the machine. Y'all are sheep. What do y'all believe? My sheep. Hollywood been biting your brain, controlling your mouth. You say lit feet, fat cat, they trying to dumb you down. They endorse whatever narrative is popular to shout and use minorities in movies for diversity clout. Two sides on the spectrum, but ain't none of them honest. Took the red pill and the blue pill, spit them both in the garbage. Being woke used to mean you understood your retarded. And now it's having two good legs and never taking a step forward. If you agree, it's free speech. Disagree, it's hate speech. Erase it if it came from anywhere except the mainstream. Trump supporters labeled as the racist, but that can't be. Lincoln was Republican, and that's who ended slavery. Science been politicized, it's easy to see. A mask became a symbol of which side you believe. But you'll never cure a sickness till you cure the greed. Because the problem with our natural immunity is it's free. Society is broken, want you locked inside a cubicle. Addicted to pornography, liquor, and pharmaceuticals. Tell you that you're fat and poor and you were never beautiful. Then tweet how much they love you when they hear about your funeral. We can't be free, can't have no peace till we're on the same team. But y'all are sheep. Industry's just part of the machine. Y'all are sheep. What do y'all believe? My sheep. Nothing's what it seems. They can't convince you, they confuse you. They want you dumb and dead. They divided you by race, religion, income, and sex. Made everybody right and left. The hatred got so intense. If the other side likes oxygen, you'll classified. They don't teach you rights in school, you never learn them at all. Cause they're easy to remove if you don't know what they are. The only people you can rule are the criminal ones. So they force you into corners till you're breaking the law. We can't be free, can't have no peace till we're on the same team. But y'all are sheep. Lucas Reed's just part of the machine. Y'all are sheep. What do y'all believe in my sheep? Love is what it seems.
Some have said down through history, it's a mystery, but I guess they don't know what they're talking about. From the mountains down to the sea, become such a habit. America, America. Well, I come from down around Tennessee, but there in California.
It's pretty cold.
America. It don't matter where I may roam, every people that it's home to. America, America. And my brothers are all black and white and yellow too. And the red man is right to expect a little from you. Promise and then follow through. America. All the men who fell on the plains and lived marching in America. And the men who could fly in a war that didn't seem right, you let them come home, America. I know how you do. And my brothers are all black and white, yellow too. And the red man is right to expect a little from you. Promise and then follow through. America. Well, I come from down around Tennessee, but the people in California are nice to me. America. And no matter where I may roam, tell you people that it's home sweet home, America, 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 America. It's home sweet home, America, He was saying grace over a Tuesday blue plate special when the man in the next booth said, don't you watch TV? Don't you know that God's a myth? I hate to see you waste your breath, 'cause there ain't no use talk to a ghost that don't exist. The praying man said amen and looked up from his plate. He said, you may not talk to God right now, but there's gonna come a day. 'Cause whether you're a farmer in the field, praying for the rain, or you curse him at the graveside 'cause you called a loved one's name, you can thank him, you can blame him. Either way you're gonna face it, whether you believe in him or not. 'Cause in the end, everybody talks to God. Man in the booth went quiet 'cause he didn't have a comeback. So he shrugged it off and paid his tab and shuffled out the door. And the praying man, he prayed for the man who drove away, hoping he would see the light before it got too late. But how was he to know? He touched a non-believer's soul. We got that conversation, 2 red lights down the road. 'Cause whether you're a farmer in the field, praying for the rain, or you curse him at the graveside 'cause he called a loved one's name, you can thank him, you can blame him. Either way you're gonna face it, whether you believe in him or not. 'Cause in the end, everybody talks to God. Everybody talks to God. You can thank him, you can blame him. Either way you're gonna face
Oh,
it,
Lala,
whether
I already
you
did the mode,
believe in him
you know.
or not.
I don't know if you send a new email.
Everybody talks to God. Everybody talks to God. We all talk to God. Everybody talks to God.
A new email, I will read it.
All right, let's get some Jesus. If we don't blow away.
It's fine, fine. Yeah. I worry about the bills.
Did it?
Yeah, it's one.
You want to just move the cursor up here a little so everybody can
Right,
follow
no,
to
it's
their
okay.
stuff? Hi, Mom.
Fine, fine.
united. We want to dedicate this day to you in remembrance of your presence, in remembrance of your encouragement and your belief that we are here for justice and for rights and for truth and freedom, because you are the source of freedom and the source of truth. Father, we celebrate this day in your name, and we celebrate this day with our patriots, wherever they are, that they know that we are with them. We thank you for this day going forward, that you will continue to give us the will and the power and the strength to stand witness with our patriots until we see justice and truth for all our people. We also remember those that gave the ultimate sacrifice for their belief in justice and in right and freedom to express us in this country that is built on these rights that you granted us. Father, we especially remember Santa's mom and Stephen. We pray that your peace will be with her, and that she will rest in you and find comfort not in you. And we pray for her family, for Santa especially. Put him into your hands. This time, that their family will be comforted, knowing that she is in good hands. We thank you. Pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You like me in charge of the microphone?
Oh.
I don't know what I'm going to say. Happy Saturday, y'all. Happy 600 days, y'all. Hopefully it doesn't take 600 more to get these guys out of here.
Amen.
On my way down wayside, I got some time to kill. I start humming this melody, it won't let me stand still. I got a good thing coming, did I get it before it's gone? I hear the guitar strumming, sing that song. Starts out somewhere in a year out there, I'll catch it in the wind. Shows up out of the clear blue sky, feel like an old friend. I got a good thing coming, did I get it before it's gone? I
哎，那个照片掉下来。
I wait till they finally rib on, and I start tapping my feet. So tell me, can you beat
其实
that
给我吧。
Don't forget it's okay to let it ride on. I gotta keep it coming. Gotta get a voice going. I hear the guitar strumming. Sing that song. Will it be time enough tomorrow to find out what it all means? Tonight we're doing the cooking. Yes, we gotta soak them beans. We got a good thing cooking. We'll get voice going. I hear the guitar strumming. Sing that song. I got a good thing cooking. Better get a voice going. I hear the guitar strumming. Sing that song. Okay, let it.
My people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. I'm never gonna pretend that I give a damn. Anybody who's offended, come get it, we throwing hands. Anybody not trying to make America great again. You a pawn, you a clown, let her know where I stand. I'm a white boy with the middle fingers in the air, dog. We don't give a what. 100 white boys gonna hold me down anywhere, dog. We think that you suck. My patriots the craziest, they ain't afraid of breaking fists on faces. If you really wanna taste it.
Hello. Hey Joseph, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Hello.
Sure.
You're kind of cutting out a little bit.
I don't know if they can hear you. Hello?
I can hear you better now.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Yeah, I said I was doing good. And we're blessed in here. And I also got Johnny with me. Hey, how's everybody doing?
Good. How are you guys doing? Well, I already asked that question. Hey.
Oh, yeah. No, we're doing good. Got a good workout in. A little exercise, staying busy. Writing some letters, just
Have y'all been practicing your basketball skills like crazy or what?
we have. All right, we've been putting in the hard work, exercising, getting that jump. Because the problem is we are not very tall. Like I said before, I'm only like 5'10", maybe not on paper, but I say I'm 5'10". The longer we talk, I'm gonna make my way to 6 foot. But I gotta work on my jump. So I can jump high. So that's what I'm hoping on.
All right. Well, I just want to make sure you guys are getting your cardio in. You know, you don't want to be all winded like, the first 30 seconds.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that'd be embarrassing.
We got the cardio for sure. Everybody on our team runs all day long.
All day long. Yes,
All
man.
right. Well, this is going to be exciting. So when you practiced, is there like another 5-man team from within the pod that is practicing with you, or is it just
Yeah.
you 5?
We try to pick the next best players play against us, so we get good practices. It worked out pretty good.
Well, I don't want you to divulge any secrets in case the other side has people listening.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I figured. They're probably mad strategy, probably writing down everything I would say just in case they could get the edge on us.
That's right. They're like, we got a jumper over here.
Yeah, I've already given them too much information. Dang it. Damn.
All right, well, tell them you're really like 5'2".
Yeah. They ain't got nothing to worry about. None of us are over 5 foot. We're all like John Todd, 4'5".
Y'all jump on each other's shoulders to game.
Yeah, we actually have to play with 10 people because to make an actual 5-man team, we double up. And
Hardest game of chicken ever.
yeah.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't know. It sounds pretty fun.
It
And
would
y'all
be fun
could
to
take
watch.
turns being top and bottom. That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Upper and lower. Still sounds bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Below
I don't know
and
if there's a
above.
good way to put
I
it.
can't get it. I can't make it go any better.
You'd have to say the shooter and the runner. Somebody's going to be running, someone's going to be throwing the ball.
There you go.
Okay.
So,
Very good.
yeah, the
I would
shooter's
have never thought
running.
of that on my own. That's the
Yeah, there
problem
you
on my
go.
butt issues.
Yeah, I'm here to help. Don't worry.
All right. Well, since you're here to help, give me a call back about 9:15. I've got about 15 minutes worth of issues to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Nice. All right.
Perfect. No, I was just kidding. I don't have any issues. I'm a totally normal person.
Oh, yeah, no, we all know that. That's for 100% sure.
Yeah. So, we're just out here celebrating our 600th night out here on the corner.
I don't know, man.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's awesome.
Right?
No, I was just saying, yeah, that's big time celebration. I mean, that's something to be celebrating all weekend about. Yeah, 600 days. Man, that's impressive. Yes, it is.
We did start celebrating early a little bit.
Yeah, no, you got to be grateful for that. Yeah. No, y'all are standing in the gap, letting people know, and we definitely don't take it for granted. And,
Thank
I
you.
mean, y'all picking up the flag and holding it for us. We can't do it in here. And, man, that's awesome. Living out there standing. That's what America needs. And women who love God, love freedom, love this country, are willing to put themselves out there for it. Yeah. No, that's it.
Thanks, John Todd.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Now, y'all are pretty amazing people. That's what I was talking to some of my family, and I'm like, man, that's what it's going to take to change this country. Is people like y'all standing in the gap, putting in that work. And I hear so many people just basically throw all of their responsibility onto one man, and they throw it all on Trump, thinking Trump is going to be the only one that could save us. And but it's the people that have to stand up. It's the people that have to back, their leader and stand behind it and get their head out of the sand and stand up for what's right. Because you can't just throw, your responsibility as an American on one man and expect that you can just go on living however you want and expect everything to change and go good.
Right.
Because it doesn't work that way.
Absolutely.
And I think
I'm sorry, I just wanted to say there are other vigils around the country going on. Lewisburg happens, Northern Neck happens, LA happens. There's other vigils I'm sure that will be popping up.
Yeah, no, that's it. A lot of people out there, and it's crazy how this media and everybody, they love to make you feel like you're the only ones out there. Like it's a small group of crazy people that are standing for what's right, and you don't want to be like those guys because there's not very many of them. But there is. There's a lot of us. There's a lot of us still out there. A lot of people that know what's right and want to stand up for it. And that's it. Remember, we're not alone out here. And there's still a lot of us that know the truth and know what's worth standing for.
Like God can do a lot with a little too. I mean, back in the Old Testament, there was always a remnant of people who believed and trusted the Lord during all the hard times, and God would save them, and He would throw down other nations, and He would rescue Israel for the faithful few. And we have that today. If people would just lean and trust on the Lord, and just no matter how awful it looks, no matter how much suffering we go through, that we know that we have the Lord on our side, then none of that matters. If these men, they're not more powerful than our God. I can say that for sure.
Right. Absolutely.
Sometimes with Elijah, sometimes you feel like Elijah. He was a prophet in the Old Testament, and he's like, God, I'm the only one. He's like, I'm the only one standing and doing anything for you. And God had to humble him a little bit. He told him there were 7,000 who hadn't bowed their knees to Baal yet. And 7,000 in Israel that day probably wasn't a lot, but God was willing to save His people for those 7,000. And we can have that. We can have that today too if God's people just turn and trust and rest in His salvation alone. And like even David, mighty man of war, he knew that his victory came from the Lord. It had nothing to do with his ability. So that's just what I've had on my heart lately, just put an emphasis on. Just be praising God for the people that He's put in power or put in positions of authority, like Donald Trump, who can do great things, and just support him and trust in the Lord that He's going to use these men mightily for His glory and for His work. And so that's what I've had on my heart, what I've been thinking about these last few days.
Yeah. No, and that's it. That's what I get to thinking a lot because in myself, anyways, I'm not an eloquent speaker. I'm not good with words. I can't speak in front of people. I'm not the man to go up and talk in front of people. But then I get to thinking, I'm like, if everybody thought that way, like if I was just going to wait on somebody else that was better than me, but no one would ever do anything.
Amen.
But it's what you do have is a voice, and if you're born in America, this is your home, and you have to stand up for it, no matter how equipped you are. You get behind people like y'all, and get behind people that are standing for what's right, and help them out. Do whatever you can. It might not be as much as some people, but at least you get started doing something that's going to save this country. Get your hands on the wheel, man. Get your hands on the plow and start working.
Fight the good fight and run the race to completion. That's what it's all about. Keeping the faith in the entire church.
That's right.
Yeah.
So when is
No, that's it.
Not to get completely off the subject, but one of our live stream people wants to know, do you know when the first game is going to be?
Oh, big time basketball game. Here we go. I'm here with Joseph Hutcherson, and looking at the scoreboard, we really don't know. We're in the dark.
So, from what they said is, it was supposed to start March 8th, but March 8th was the beginning of Ramadan. It's this fake Muslim holiday or whatever. Anywho, so until April 8th, they are going to postpone our March Madness.
Yeah, so I don't really know they haven't told us when it's actually going to be. It's just like, we'll call you up one day and you're going to have to come down and play.
Right.
So we just got to stay ready all the time.
That's right. You gotta get ready if you're already ready. Already.
Yeah, always got to be ready.
That's right.
Stay ready. Staying ready.
That's
Yeah,
right.
they're probably going to call us up like 12 at night or 1 in the morning and be like, yeah, here we go, game time, let's go. And
That's right.
and
This
it's
game
gonna,
is for the Trump
Yeah.
tennis shoes. Whoever wins gets
Yeah.
the shoes.
Oh yeah, man.
man, that'd be
If
awesome.
we all could get in front of those never surrenders for the basketball game, that'd be pretty
Well, we'll
Yeah,
start
that'd be awesome.
getting it together, okay? Just let me know what your size is.
Man, that's awesome.
That was satire. I'm sorry, that was satire, Nicole says.
That is a joke.
She said, no, we're not doing that. It's not in the budget. Right now, it's not in the budget, but if we get an $11 million donation, then it'll be in the budget.
$11 million. Yeah, no, see, and that's all we need. Somebody out there has $11 million just sitting around. $11 million.
I think it's like 110. I'm not sure.
That's a lot of money. But, you know, there's people out there just sitting around with that much money. They might as well donate it and get us some shoes. I mean, might as well.
The men need new shoes, guys.
Yeah, come on.
Specifically, never
You
surrender.
call yourself a
Specifically.
patriot? Yeah.
And nothing else will do.
Never surrender.
Yeah, nothing, definitely
We
nothing
will not
else.
take
I mean,
them
that's the
white,
only
we will
shoes
take
we
them
can
gold.
wear.
Only gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Only
we're
gold.
working on that for you. We'll get back to you on it.
Yeah.
All of my people get with your people.
Oh, no, sweet.
Right after we get commissary
Yeah,
money
I'm
on
gonna-
the shoes.
I'm going to go ahead and let everybody know that the whole pod's getting shoes. Yeah, that's what I heard on the video. We're getting them all, everybody's getting shoes now. And so we'll be waiting on those.
Yeah,
And,
get everybody,
They're going
make everybody aware that they're all getting gold Trump shoes. Never surrenders.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Yeah, and Trump is going to
Yeah.
sign them himself with like a personalized message on the red bottoms. So for
Oh,
each
that's
one
what
of
I'm
you.
talking about. I can't
Got
wait.
the red on them.
Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
I guess they're got to hang up on us. I want to say congratulations again for the 600 days.
Thank
And,
you.
y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for that. Oh yeah, love y'all.
Good night.
All righty. Yeah.
Disclaimer, these are not for the shoes.
No. For coffee supplies and whatnot. So, as you guys know, we do have a donation match up until Easter, up to $1,000. And yesterday, Jane, Betty, Michael, Janice, Sharon, and Pamela all donated, which brings our total to $870. So we are almost there. Thank you. That's amazing, Patriots. And then also, Sherry said some people want to know how the vigil got started. So, as a lot of you guys know, I'm from San Diego. And after Ashley died, it was just really hard to stay in San Diego and do nothing. Ashley had come to me in a dream, whether, people believe in that kind of thing or not, and spoke to me about political prisoners. And I was unaware of them because I had not turned on the TV in weeks. And so, I came to a reawaken with Dave Summerall, and he told me I should pray about my path forward. And then I did, and I was led here to DC. Our plan was to stay here for a month, and since then we have been blessed and supported by American people to stay here and be here for 600 days now. So thank you, American people. Thank you on behalf of Ashley, and to let everybody here continue to be her voice as well as the voice of the Jan Sixers. I believe that, we are doing our part. Twitter was a little bit of buzz with some good stuff and bad stuff today in the Jan 6 community. And I think mostly we support each other and we stand together and know that everybody's got their part to play, their role to take, and offer whatever they offer. We could not do it here on Freedom Corner without the support of our mods and live streamers like Storm and Rebecca, and even our 4 Ashley is building a little bit, and We the People MAGA, who is a huge liaison with the Chinese American community, which also hugely support Freedom Corner and Jan Sixers in a lot of different ways. So we just want to say thank you to all of our supporters, and Deb for Freedom knows we love her because she just does so much for us, even beyond being our mod. She does so many things for us and supports us in so many ways, even when we need a driver. Thanks, Deb. Thank you so much. So thank everybody. Happy 600 days. It's a victory for everybody, and I think we should celebrate the little changes that we've made for the men inside. Thank you.
Yes, and for everybody. Thank you.
Hey, how you doing?
We're doing good. Who are we speaking with?
This is, everybody calls me Ed, right? That's my nickname. This is Edward Richland. I'm from Louisiana. I've been in the dorm for about a month now. I've become acclimated enough to the point to where it was time for me to call in and, let people know who I am, I guess, and what I stand for. And I appreciate y'all very much for giving us an outlet, not only an outlet, right, to speak our minds, but the support offered, really. So, I mean, that's another big reason for me to call in. I'm thankful, and I try to be thankful in general with life, regardless of the circumstances, right? Certainly not perfect, but I'm thankful to y'all. And people, like I said, I've been in dorm for about a month now. And I'm getting letters from people. We get, people that write us. I had a visit this past Friday. I had somebody, a random person that hadn't met me face to face, a supporter that has put something on my commentary, right? So I'm super thankful. Again, just wanted to reach out. Hopefully, they're listening in, so that way I can express it and just have a quick opportunity to say some of the things, about me, right? So, not trying to be selfish or anything to call in, but I mean, that's, I'm an expert on myself, I guess. So, if y'all are okay with that, I didn't know if y'all had questions or like if it's cool to kind of, speak my mind maybe for 5 or 10 minutes or however long the conversation lasts.
Well, Ed,
again, it's my first.
Welcome to Freedom Corner, Ed. We are glad to have you, and we are eagerly awaiting getting to know you.
Well, thank you. And again, I appreciate y'all. We truly do. We appreciate y'all in here. There's been a lot of smiles, a lot of joy from the guys. Just, when they get news snippets, when they hear updates, when they hear encouraging words from y'all, it affects them mentally in a real positive way, and it kind of just spreads out. And it took me a little bit of getting used to, right, to just see the positivity and how it spreads between people, and so just to let y'all know the stuff you do makes a difference for people's mental health, for their physical health, all that stuff. So a little bit about me, right? I'm from Louisiana. Y'all can probably hear the accent. We've got a couple of different types of people in Louisiana, right? And I love us all, but I mean, just quick little shout out to the types of people in Louisiana. We've obviously got the country folk. We've got Cajuns and Creoles, and then we got, I guess y'all call me like a city boy, right? I mean, I was raised in, as big as the cities get in Louisiana. I mean, obviously it's nothing on the scale of like the big metropolises or anything like that. But, it is the capital city. I'm from Baton Rouge, so I have been exposed as much to the city life as what we've got to offer there in Louisiana. So, like I said, a couple of distinct types of people, man, that all mix and intermingle. And I was in the military, right? I was in the Army like 20 years ago, and I may or may not get into that depending on how much time I've got today. But the point of bringing that up, I've met people from all over the country, right? I've been a couple of different places in the world. And you can always tell somebody from Louisiana. I don't know if it's the food or the accent or the attitude or whatever, but, if you haven't been around people from Louisiana, I would say we're known for getting along, like maybe the stereotype for people out of state is like, they stick to their different types and they're really segregated, but honestly the opposite is true. It's a pretty even split, like racially, I'd say in Louisiana, like probably 50-50 or maybe 45-10 or whatever the case is. So like growing up for me, it was really common to have friends in a neighborhood that look different than us, you know what I'm saying, and to kind of go through and share experiences with people. And I guess that's one of the things I wanted to speak about, really. That's a big deal to me. you see a lot of division, you know, especially like on the news and stuff. I'm really not the type of person to watch the news a lot, but when you do watch it, it seems like they always try to categorize stuff like a us versus them thing. And I would hope, you know, I mean, I obviously hadn't led a perfect life, you know. I've got a history, not even talking about the stuff that I'm on pretrial for, but I've got a history. I'm not the perfect shining example of, you know, how to live your life, but we got love for each other down there, and you know, it's just one of the things that I would hope people can learn, you know, from other people's mistakes, mine included, to make it a we thing instead of a us versus them thing, just because they got a lot of good people on both sides, and if we could come together, there's a lot of common ground, you know what I'm saying, and just in general, and so like that's maybe something I would think that people that aren't from Louisiana wouldn't realize about it. Just that we're really close with each other, and that, you know, things may cross boundaries and lines that you wouldn't expect, right? So some of the things that I'm for, personally, you know, I mean, obviously I'm not the happiest camper as far as like stuff with the legal system, but I don't want to make this all about me, right? But I mean, we've got laws on paper, laws on books that are just unfollowable. Like, for example, like the speedy trial. Like, we're supposed to have a right to a speedy trial, but you don't even have I say you, not y'all specifically, but there's no capacity up here for them to even process cases fast enough. You know what I'm saying? And there's so much legal code and like mumbo jumbo that I know it's the responsibility for us as citizens that we're supposed to be current with all this stuff, and as a citizen, you're supposed to know all your laws and like everything, have it memorized. But the truth of the matter is, it's so complex, it's so long, there's so much legalese, you know, in the language with the stuff that I don't think it's fair just to a lot of people out there to be expected to follow all that, you know. So I would hope things could get simplified in some kind of way in the future, just to where it is understandable for people. I mean, you would think that your conscience should be able to tell you right from wrong, and it should, but again, when you've got, you know, 100,000 or a million pages worth of laws on your country and your state, I don't think that's realistic to expect people to be able to know all that stuff and keep current with it, especially if they got to support a family, you know, unless you're a lawyer or something like that, specialized in it. To move on, you know, and I got a couple quick notes. I'm not a fan, and I'm sure we've all got loved ones and we know people that have suffered from this. I'm personally not a fan at all of like the war on drugs, you know. I feel like there's some stuff that has happened behind the scenes that has set people up for failure, you know, like the way that like crack was introduced into certain communities back in the day. I feel like opioids, prescription medicines were introduced into certain communities 20, 25 years ago. I find it very coincidental that around the time like that we're in Afghanistan that heroin starts to flood the streets back home. You know, a lot of my friends got hooked on that stuff and tears lives apart. You got methamphetamines 10, 15 years ago that started flooding the streets. Now we got fentanyl out there on the streets. And then just the war on drugs, you know, people get locked up, families get separated, people get hooked and addicted to this stuff. And I mean, it's destroying millions, tens of millions of, you know, of our lives, right? And to me, that's a big deal. I don't know what the solution is. I mean, I know it's pretty easy to call a problem out, but it's something that's near and dear and close to my heart, just because a lot of people across all the lines, you know, suffer from that. And I would be hopeful, again, that somebody that's more forward thinking than myself, somebody, you know, can work on that stuff and just ease the pain, because a lot of people suffer from that stuff. You know, and our experiences define us, right? I mean, depending on what we've been through and what our family has directly been involved with, or whatever the case is, you know, I understand people are going to have different perspectives on that, but I would like to think, again, instead of just a us versus them type of mentality, whether that be, you know, on a racial line or a political line or whatever, that more people could just come together out of love and look for solutions instead of just blame and problems, you know. So,
absolutely.
Sorry to talk a lot.
No, we love to hear from you, Ed. Don't think that you're talking too much. That's what we're here for, to get to know you guys, to to help plead your case. And we have thousands of patriots that are watching right now and that really do want to get to know the J6ers that were there, that stood up for us that day. And let me be the first to tell you thank you. Thank you for standing up for me that day and so many other Americans that weren't there. We do appreciate you, brother, and we are 100% behind you.
All the way.
Hey, well, thank y'all again. The love is felt on the inside. I see the direct effect on people's mental health and the smiles that get passed down. It's easy to lift your spirits up when you're having a bad day in here, when you know you've got support on the outside. And again, y'all are appreciated. We're very thankful. I will be back on eventually. You know, people cycle through, and we've got the sign-up list for this stuff. So again, I'm Edward Richmond. I'm from Louisiana. I'm from Baton Rouge. I'm pre-trial, so I can't speak much about that stuff, but I'm very passionate about many people. And like I want to walk those.
You're breaking up. You have to move a little bit. You're breaking up.
Sherry, get us inmate.
Sorry about that.
You're still breaking up, brother. You have to move around a little bit. We'd also like to get your inmate number if you can.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, that's great. Can we get your inmate number as well?
Yeah, my inmate number up here is 388514.
He has a gift go as well.
And
again, you know, I was go ahead.
would you like to put out your Give, Send, Go in case someone would like to help you out?
I don't know the number for it. I had my parents set me one up. I know it's under my name, which is Edward Richmond. It should have a picture of me and my son. I raised my son. He's a 9th grader now. He's living with a friend of his from his school. But you know, that's my dude, right? So I mean, that's my joy. That's my joy on the outside. It's been my investment in life, you know, for the last piece of time. So I mean, it should be a picture of me and him up on there, and again, it should, I think, be searchable under my name, which is Edward Richmond.
Okay,
So,
we do have that out here, and we will make sure and get that out to the Patriots in case someone would like to support you personally.
well, thank y'all very much. I know my time's coming up because the fellows are looking at me, so I'm gonna pass it off to the next call in. But I'll call back in the future when I can. So again, thank y'all very much. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for the joy.
Thank you for calling in, Ed, and please stay strong and know you're not alone, brother.
Yes, ma'am. Thank y'all.
It's always a joy to hear from new patriots that sometimes they don't feel comfortable on the phone, you know, and Ed was encouraged to call out to us. And he just had to be able to feel comfortable to do that. So
his Give, Send, Go is supporting Edward Richmond. That's what it is. So
All right, thanks,
there's
Sam.
like a letter, but you can just search it by typing in supporting Edward Richmond.
Okay, thanks, Tammy.
Think after 600 days.
It's no safety tip, the same mistake and spray the kid, but pray you miss, cause if you don't, they don't go wacko. Automatic gun smoke like tobacco. Never hit a lady, but it's pretty hard to tell if you're a girl or a they, them, there's these that goes. I ain't never gonna take a knee for the anthem, smack them. I don't give a damn, can't stand them. Gang full of randoms, fan with a handgun, run up in your mansion, leave it all abandoned. I was raised to be brave, to the grave, United States. We love the country that they be corrupting, go woke and go broker if you ain't away. My people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Hey, Doug. How you doing?
Good. Is this Tammy?
It is.
Yeah. So this is Doug Wyatt. Are you guys outside?
We are.
Every night.
Hey. Thanks so much, guys. Hope everybody's trying to enjoy the evening as best they can. Right?
Absolutely. It's a little bit chilly and a little bit windy, but no mosquitoes, so we're good.
On day 600.
And it's
Hey,
our
man,
600th day out here.
I sure wish I was outside. You know what I mean? But one day it'll happen. So I've been incarcerated since February the 2nd, and just waiting to get moved. I've been sentenced for my minor role, and January 6th I was given 46 months, which is absolutely outrageous. I think that anybody listening to this that understands these cases knows it's just not right. I have no violence at all. I've never attacked another human being in my life, but the government would have you believe that I attacked a police officer with a dangerous and deadly weapon or whatever the charge is. So, anyway, I was just shocked. I was shocked when I went to court, and 46 months, it's just unbelievable. But, I still wake up. I still feel shocked. I wake up every morning, and it's like, I'm just looking for my wife. I'm like looking for my wife and, wanting to see my daughter. But, we're hunkered down and we're just kind of, limping along. To be honest, we're just kind of limping along. And, it's why, to me, this election coming up, I mean, not just for me, not just for the pop, and not just for you guys listening, but this election coming up is a big deal. It's a big deal, and there's a lot going on. You can see the deep state kind of moving in the shadows, positioning their fraud. It's coming. It's coming. And it's like anybody who's listening to this, you got to make a decision, when you're going to fight. If you got cancer, when do you fight? Do you go at stage 1 or do you go at stage 4? I'm thinking right now we're probably at a stage 3. That's what this Democrat Party is a uniparty. Actually, a uniparty. It's like a stage 3. You have to call, your local representative, whoever that is, the local RC. You got to figure out a way. How can I get involved? Is there some training involved for me to go look at the watch box or the drop boxes or the videos? It's like all hands on deck, whatever you can do. Because, what people fail to remember is that we are the majority. We, the people, we have a majority. What you see on these liberal TV shows and this mainstream media, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all smoke and mirrors. And when I see, like this whole thing with Mike Johnson and now Marjorie Taylor Greene and Mike Johnson, I gotta tell you, like, I'm not crazy about what Marjorie Taylor Greene did, but it's like, I'm really not crazy about what Mike Johnson did. The guy's kind of he's like a big liar. He's a yellow belly liar. Why ain't all the videos been released? What's the deal? I mean, Kevin McCarthy's going to do it, and then, he's going to do it, and he's going to give 5,000 hours for 8 weeks, and then, they're going to do these single, these one bill at a time or single, instead of having bills with like all this stuff lumped into them, they're going to do single bills for each thing. There's nothing that these people have said they're going to do that they're going to do. Okay, and when I see from my viewpoint, when I see Kevin McCarthy quit, where we need him the most, he quit. When I see Ken Buck quit, then there's another guy from Missouri or Michigan or wherever, he's getting ready to quit. They're corrupt. That's what they are. They're yellow belly and they're corrupt. You know what I mean? So it's like we need to figure out where's our special election. How do we replace them? How do we get them? How do we bob and weave from this? I mean, am I the only one that's seeing that? You guys see the things the way that I am, but these are yellow bellies, and we're better off without them.
Well, absolutely, and you're absolutely right about the uniparty. And the deep state is not even trying to hide themselves anymore. They're not working in the shadows. They're working straight in our faces, and they're saying, what are you going to do about it? And that is the big question. What are we going to do about it? Are we going to continue to let this happen, or are we going to stand up for our country?
Yeah, because it's not just going to take Donald Trump, riding in on his silver horse. I mean, he is quite a man. That guy is really something else. And I mean, he's fighting. He's doing his best, but it's just going to take more. It's just people have got to get involved. It's like I remember my sentencing. Something that really bothered me is the prosecutor and the judge were talking back and forth, and they were talking about how fragile democracy is. Like I was a threat to democracy because I went to to protest. I went to a protest that was permitted. I went to a permitted protest that I was invited to. Okay, that's what I attended, a rally. That's what I went to, a rally. Okay, and so they're talking about how fragile democracy is, but yet in Georgia on the movie 2,000 Mules, remember the people with the neoprene gloves and the stacks of ballots, under the cover of night. They're taking, stacks of mail-in ballots and putting them into the drop boxes. That's illegal. Right. Was democracy fragile on them days? Or was it just the days that I went to protest the fraud that it became fragile? So there's two systems of government, two systems of justice in this country. We the people have been forgotten about. And we're being taken advantage of. We are the makers. We are the people that make stuff, that do things. We are the blue-collar core of this country. We are the GDP, and we are getting railroaded. But the problem that they have is that we are the majority, and we ought to act like it. Like the Democrats did when Donald Trump took office. They were the minority, but you'd have never known it. They acted like they were the majority, and they damn near impeached him.
Right. Yeah.
So there's something.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you first.
No, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No,
I need a second to
agree.
breathe anyway.
I completely agree. We can't just depend on Donald Trump to come in and fix all of our problems. We have to be firm in our faith and bold, very bold.
So, I mean, not to read this whole thing, but I just got to say it's not right for. We can't pass our debts on to the next generation, okay? And that $1.2 trillion omnibus bill that's been passed, it's just the same crap. If you want to stop the FBI from going and rounding up just people that went to protest and exercise the First Amendment right, defund them.
Right.
Boom. It's that simple. Defund them. You want to stop all this money going over to Ukraine? I'll tell you what. I wish they would treat Baltimore City the way they did Ukraine. Right. There's schools in Baltimore City to this day that have no air conditioning. Now, being from Baltimore, I can speak for Baltimore, but I thought if I went to Philadelphia, St. Louis, New Orleans, Chicago, it's the same crap. It's the same crap. Look at all that money. Gone. Just gone. These people don't care. All they are is frauds. They've been frauds for a long time, and they're not going to stop until they're stopped.
Right. Well, it's true, and to stop them, we have to vote them out of office.
Well, it's a little more than voting them out of office. Unfortunately, we have to defend ourselves against fraud.
Just trying to keep it PG, Doug.
Pardon me?
Just trying to keep it PG, man. The feds are listening.
Oh, okay. Did I say a cuss word?
No.
Okay. Yeah. That's something I definitely don't want to do. That's something I'm working on while I'm in prison, by the way.
No, I didn't hear any cursing. No, I was just saying,
I don't want...
we don't want to incite any kind of violence or anything. We do have lots of options, lots of options, but the one we need to the nonviolent one, which is the way we should be doing things. Voting people out of office is one thing, but they absolutely need to be standing trial and being held accountable. We don't do, and we go to watch these committee hearings, and it's a big, huge bullshit sandwich is what it is. Theater. Sorry for my curse word, but it is. It's just theater. And the hearing that I am reminded of so many times is with the BOP director, and she's saying, well, we have this backlog, and we are understaffed, and yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. here's all the problems, but I have no solutions to fix the problem. Like, well, what's your solution? And who's going to hold you accountable to fix those problems? Because there was none to discuss in the committee hearing. It was just, oh, okay, well, I'm glad you've got those problems, and, you know, let us know what your status is. Well, the status is that nothing is going to change because you're still going to be understaffed in the BOP because they make shit for money.
And I'm the 8th leader in 11 years.
And there's, you know, yeah, she's the 8th director in 11 years. Like, they just run through them. I mean, who would want to stay in that position? I don't know. Well, obviously, all her
8
predecessors.
leaders in 11 years.
Yeah, so what do you
That
want?
doesn't look good. But to be clear, not to cut you off, I understand about peaceful protest. I don't know what I was saying or I was getting worked up, but I get it. I mean, that's the thing that, you know, we all need to understand, is that the next time you go to a protest and they're spraying tear gas everywhere and hitting people with billy clubs, you need to sit in your hands and take it. I mean, that's how you affect change. That's how Martin Luther King did it. It's how Gandhi did it, and that's how Jesus did it. So I understand. I totally get it. You know, I'm just all about peaceful protest, you know, just to be clear. But just the same, you know, people have got to get out there and watch the drop boxes, just figure out a way. Who are the election judges? And it's an easy thing to do if you live in a red state, right? But how about if you live in a county that's 50-50? Or if you live in an urban area, you know, what are you doing? What are we doing? What's the plan from the RNC to nip this in the bud this time? So I know we got some new leadership at the RNC, and I hope they're on top of these things. And, you know, I pray for Donald Trump. I mean, when you see what they're doing to this man, you know, this is the guy who, you know, again, he's amazing. You know, he walked away, and there's something there. There's something viable there. There's a crime that's committed that has no victim. Everybody's happy but the judge and the attorney general. And I mean, when you got the attorney general that, you know, her campaign slogan, she's out there chanting, too male, too pale, and too stale. You know, this is what she's chanting at a campaign rally in reference to Donald Trump. And somehow, look at the power that this woman has. Look at the tax dollars that has been spent to go get Trump. You know, how many hundreds of millions of dollars have they spent of our tax money to go after their political opponent? Right. I thought that we were, like, not supposed to be doing that stuff. Wasn't that what Joe Biden was crying about? When Donald Trump was saying, hey, Ukraine, you know, we know Joe committed some crimes over there, so we get an investigation. I mean, remember all that mess?
Yeah. Well, they went after him for that, and they went after him for, you know, saying that he wanted to investigate Hillary. And then he didn't end up investigating Hillary because it was too much of a political football. She needs to be investigated. I mean, the Clintons are probably a worse crime family than the Bidens, to be honest.
Well, there's a bunch of them. I mean, if you go back to, like, the 1994 crime bill, a lot of the losers who voted for that, they're still in office. Matter of fact, that was a Democrat-passed bill that was co-authored by none other than Joe Biden himself.
Right.
You know, Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Mitch McConnell was, like, the only Republican to vote for that bill. Bernie Sanders was around. There's just a bunch of them that I challenge anybody. You know, go back, USA.gov, 1994 crime bill. You can figure it out. You'll be shocked at the people that voted for that terrible bill that are still in office. You know, back then when they voted for that, we were $5 trillion in debt. 30,000 Americans were dying every year of overdose. Right. Fast forward 30 years, and where are we at?
You have 1 minute remaining.
$37 trillion in debt, and over 100,000 Americans are dying annually of overdoses. These people have done a terrible job managing our money, and they've enriched themselves along the way. They are a minority. That's who we're fighting, a ruthless, corrupt minority. So God willing, you know, we're going to take things back in November.
That's right. All right, Doug,
I want to thank you guys for doing what you do. Thank you so much. I'm sure you heard that I got off the phone, so God bless you guys. And, you know, it just makes it so much better in here with you guys out there. Thank you so much.
We love you, Patriot.
God bless you.
Take care.
Good night. He'll call back.
Free and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. Every time we pull up, you see stars, you see stripes, you see flags on the cars and the trucks and the bikes. Every time we pull up, we go hard, we outside, we got flags on our arms that are tagged there for life. Every time we pull up, we don't care if you're mad. We cherish this land, the haters can't get buried in rags. They set fire to old glory, turning fabric to ash. But every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags.
Regular warden, there's like 6 of them. We can put that number up if you could call and just respectfully ask them to respect our nation's flag and do not fly a tethered and torn flag. I would really appreciate that.
My old man, sad old man, spent his life living off the land. Dirty hands and a clean soul. It breaks his heart seeing foreign cars. They refuse his knives and wearing cotton weed and blue. He's got the red, white, blue, brown high on the farm. Simplified tattooed on his left arm. Spent a little more in the store for a tag, and the back it says USA. He won't find nothing that he can't fix. With WD-40 and a Craftsman wrench, he ain't prejudice. He's just made in America. He loves his wife, and she's that wife. She decorates on the 4th of July, but says every day is Independence Day. She's golden robe, teaches school. Some folks say it's cool, but she says the pledge of allegiance anyway. He's got the red, white, blue, brown hat on the farm. Simplified tattooed on his left arm. Spent a little more in the store for a tag, and the back it says USA. He won't find nothing that he can't fix. With WD-40 and a Craftsman wrench, he ain't prejudice. He's just made in America. Born in a heartland, raised up a family. King James and Uncle Sam. He's got the red, white, blue, brown high on the farm. Simplified tattooed on his left arm. Spent a little more in the store for a tag, and the back it says USA. Won't find nothing that he can't fix. With WD-40 and a Craftsman wrench, he ain't prejudice. He's just made in America. Made in America. Made in America. Yeah, my old man, sad old man. Made in America. I was born in the red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. I don't know what all that means to you. Yeah. But for me it's about family and liberty and our almighty creator and his son who he sent as our only savior. Turn back to God. Said turn back to God. Turn back to God. Turn
Why
back
you
to
think them
God.
soldiers died? Why you think them families cry? It wasn't for us to be brainwashed by politicians' lies, because they work together while convincing us to pick a side. A country is bound to fail when it loses its faith in God. And I was born, I was raised in the land of the free. And I don't know about you, but it's what it means to me. It's about liberty, it's about family and God. Remember that when the fireworks go off in the sky.
The one that's behind the jail is very faded, although it's not torn. It is extremely faded.
I don't know what all that means to you. Yeah. But for me it's about family and liberty and our almighty creator and his son who he sent as our only savior. Turn back to God. God is love. Our God is life. For him I live. For him I turn back to God. God is love. Our God is turn back to God. Turn back to God.
Better turn back to Christ. I wanna see you in the afterlife. I'm all about that family life. Get the fire cracking for family night. Hey, let's remember all the people that died for that red, white, and blue. I got that eagle inside, and he flying high. Sky's not the limit. Call a friend and put another chicken on the skillet. So grab your kids and hold them tight. Make sure that they know the light. We all gonna stand for the anthem when they show the stripes.
I was born in the red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. I don't know what all that means to you. Yeah. But for me it's about family and liberty and our almighty creator and his son who he sent as our only savior. Turn back to God. God is love. Our God is life. For him I live. For him said turn back to God. God is love. Our God is turn back to God. Turn back to God. God is love. Our God is life. For him I live. For him I'll fight. Our God is love. Our God is life. For him I live.
It's
Him I'll
about
fight.
respect and about knowing what that is for and how to take care of it.
I feel the same way, man.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and do the roll call. Lives lost on January 6th. Ashley Babbitt, Roseanne Boylan, Kevin Greason, Benjamin Phillips, and the following day, Officer Brian Sicknick. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Those J6ers that are currently detained: Justin Adams, Tommy Allen, Chris Alberts, Russell Alfred, Francis Azari, Joseph Azari, Noah Bacon, Edward Badalion, Daniel Ball, Thomas Ballard, Logan Barnhart, Richard Burnett, Pauline Bauer, Julio Bequero, Matthew Bedingfield, Luke Bender, Joe Biggs, Aiden Billiard, Craig Bingert, Joshua Black, Kenneth Bonowitz, Dominic Box, Brandon Bradshaw, Jeffrey Brown, Jeremy Brown, Mark Brew, Jennifer Boutois, Daniel Caldwell, William Calhoun, Jared Cantrell, Sarah Carpenter, Jacob Clark, Cal Clayton, Stephen Capuccio, Billy Cressman, Reed Christensen, Dylan Cronin, Josiah Culp, Mason Corson, Bruno Kua, Matthew De Silva, James Davis, Nicholas DiCarlo, Nathan DeGraves, David Dempsey, Lucas Denny, Robert Dennis, Timothy DeJargan, Michael Dickinson, Caleb Dillard, Joshua Doolin, Michael Eckerman, James Elliott, Daniel Egbett, Brandon Fellows, Kyle Fitzsimon, Kevin Galetto, Mitchell Gardner, Robert Gieswein, David Geetson, Vincent Gillespie, Vitaly Goszczynkowski, Jeffrey Grace, James Grant, Matthew Green, Brian Gunderson, Joseph Hackett, Stacy Haggard, Johnny Harris, Richard Harris, Joshua Haynes, Donald Hazard, Albuquerque Head, Joshua Hernandez, Eric Herrera, Alan Hostetter, Joseph Howell, Joshua Hughes, Jared Hughes, Joseph Hutchinson, Matthew Huddle, Brian Jackson, Shane Jenkins, Justin Jersey, Joshua Johnson, Zachary Johnson, Taylor Jonatakis, David Judd, Leo Kelly, Julian Cater, Frederico Klein, Matthew Kroll, Nicholas Langerin, Daniel Layden, Joseph Layden, Michael Lockwood, Joseph Lawler, Kevin Lyons, Marcus Malley, Christian Manley, Anthony Mastodano, Cody Matisse, Christopher Moyer, Mark Mazza, Ronald Maccabee, Patrick McCarthy, James McGrew, Sean McHugh, Jeffrey McKellop, James McNamara, Connie Meggs, Kelly Meggs, Jonathan Mellis, Rodney Millstreet, Matthew Ryan Miller, Scott Miller, Jordan Mink, Robert Menuda, Landon Mitchell, David Marshall, Andrew Morgan, Robert Moores, Jonathan Monifo, Eric Munchell, Daryl Neely, Ryan Nichols, Christine Niemela, Gregory Nix, Ethan Nordine, Nicholas Ox, Thomas Osborne, Grady Owens, Jason Owens, Joseph Padilla, Robert Palmer, Stuart Parks, Nathan Pelham, Michael Perkins, Dominic Pizzola, Daniel Phipps, Jonathan Pollock, Olivia Pollock, Mark Ponder, Rachel Powell, Sean Price, Joshua Pruitt, Joseph Pavlik, Chris Quaglin, Barry Ramey, Guy Reffitt, Zach Reel, Nariana Reiner, Stuart Rhodes, Howard Richardson, Ed Richmond, George Riley, Thomas Robertson, Michael Roche, Michael Roberts, Jonathan Rockholt, Edward Rodriguez, Daniel Rodriguez, Greg Rubenacker, Bobby Russell, Jeffrey Sable, Ryan Samsel, Ronald Sandlin, Salvador Sandoval, Robert Sanford, Peter Schwartz, Benjamin Schuler, Daniel Scott, Christian Secor, Hunter Seafried, Kevin Seafried, Alexander Shepard, Thomas Sibick, Jeffrey Seals, Michaela Sly, Charles Smith, Tommy Smith, Audrey Southard, Hatchet Speed, Yvonne St. Cyr, Peter Stagger, Shelley Stallings, Patrick Stedman, Laura Steele, Tristan Stevens, John Strand, Tara Stottlemyre, Isaac Sturgeon, Alan Sweeney, Andrew Taki, Enrique Tario, Curtis Tate, George Tenney, Jacob Therese, Kenneth Thomas, Devlin Thompson, Dustin Thompson, John Todd, Edward Vallejo, Salvador Vasalis, Eric Scott Warner, Jessica Watkins, William Watson, Matthew Webler, Thomas Webster, Bradley Weeks, Jack Witten, Anthony Williams, Riley Williams, Timothy Williams, Duke Wilson, Ricky Wilden, Shane Woods, Chris Worrell, Donnie Wren, John Wright, Douglas Wyatt, Gregory Yetman, Isaac Yoder, Kyle Young, Jacob Zirkle, and Peter Navarro, and those we've lost to suicide: Christopher Georgia, Matthew Perna, Mark Angst, and George Meacham. Rest in peace. We're out here every night to get justice for those who were killed that day, and we're never going to let them forget her name. Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt!
Jan Sixers. She's a patriot who was let down by the system. I'm screaming for the fallen so nobody will forget them. Air Force veteran, wrapped in a Trump flag. It's Trump 24. You know we about to run it back. Nothing will stop us. We about to get it right. They can try and try, but the storm is here from dark to light. Just know your daughter's life won't be taken in vain. Shout out Sarah McAbee, yeah, I'm sending you straight. I hope they let your husband out of that prison today. Ashley served in Afghanistan, she served in Iraq, and she died for her country from a senseless attack. Yeah, we waiting for justice, cause Ashley was innocent. Mainstream won't cover it, they all just too ignorant. If a white girl shot a black man, they would say that's different. But the story didn't fit the agenda they pitching. Rest in peace, Ashley Babbitt, we feeling your energy. Say her name, Ashley Babbitt, the song's for your memory. Rest in peace, Ashley Babbitt, 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 say her name, 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 Ashley Babbitt.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Fears got me living with the lights out. Chained down like a prisoner in my own house. Shame cycles like a deadly medication. I try but I can't change my situation. Cause a liar comes to rob my joy. Yeah, I'm bruised but I'm not destroyed. I'm rising like an army and you're gonna hear the sound. I'm calling the angels down. I'm storming the
Hey.
Hey, what's going on? It's me and Scooter.
Hey, Scoot.
Hello.
We're out here celebrating day 600. How's it going in there?
Well, I got you beat. I'm at day probably 1180, maybe even higher than that. I haven't counted in a while. I have to check that number out. But going on 38 months. What, go ahead?
She called you a bragger.
Yeah, infamous bragger. Anyways, hold on. We got the 3-minute warning. Hold on 1 second. 3 minutes. That's just so fun to do. But I will be so glad when I never have to do it ever again.
I bet. Hey, Jeff, I got a teaser for you.
Ooh. Do I have to get my 20s out or what?
Maybe. Every Democrat voted no.
You got to give me a context.
Well, that's the teaser. You have to wonder about.
Oh. Okay. You're right.
Wouldn't be a tease.
If I give you the context, right?
See, that's what happens when you blindfold me first. I just don't see it coming, you know?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah. All right. I don't have anything for teasers other than somebody sent me something like literally just a minute or two before hopping on. I had 1 minute to read it. So I'm going to take some notes, talk about it tomorrow. But we'll talk about what it is that I really can't talk about after the anthem, which is almost in a minute. It looks for some very interesting times in the near future when it comes to Congress. A lot of wild cards, a lot of unknowns, a lot of manipulation in the background, a lot of people stepping down with a potential shift, of course, over to the Democratic side, depending upon what rhinos and rats we have that are within the party that are going to do everything they can to actually fuel the Democratic Party. As plain nasty as that is. But anyways, we have the 1 minute warning coming up. Hold on. It's time. 1 minute. That means we get to hear Jeff hum a little. It's humming time. I said it's humming time. Jeff. He's not going to. All right, here we go. The humming has started. He's right. He's right. Come on, boys. Get up. Don't know what time it is.
story.
Okay, if I can see my notes here. Last night, every single Democrat voted against Senator Hagerty's amendment that would stop the Biden administration from using taxpayer dollars to charter flights for hundreds of thousands of illegals from their countries directly to American towns and for resettling.
Wow. So totally sidestepping, bypassing our entire immigration law system.
Yes. And I do have one other thing. This spending bill that passed has $32 million for every state to help house their illegals.
But we can't house our own people or educate our children. So there's that.
Let alone our home veterans.
Imagine that, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all the bumper for his driver's license.
Yeah.
Now they're just doing this shit right out in the open. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. They're just, here it is. We're nefarious, and you're going to have to deal with it.
And what's the worst is when I talk to family members who are Democrats and I ask them certain questions, and they literally sidestep the whole discussion. They will try and avoid and change discussion, and they simply, it's as if they're like, well, that's just the way that, the party's going. What?
No, it's not.
Well, that's what we
Don't you understand what's happening? But they don't. It's terrible. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, when we were talking the other day about the Boeing guy that got suicided, and everybody knows he got suicided, and everybody's like, oh, yeah, they got another one. And it's just like we're so used to it that's just how the shit goes. And people are like, oh well.
It's a sad day in history when we gotta say that.
It is. It's sad.
Well, maybe there's a reason why we get to see it. They're being exposed. You ever thought about that?
What'd you say?
Right?
What?
I said maybe it's for us to see, to open our eyes to things. They're exposed to
I think that so many people are so complicit.
Yep.
Well, like she said, it's just whatever. I mean, it started with the Obama administration. I don't have any of my old notes. I can't go through the list of names of people that have been whacked.
Well, it's like shit comes to the news, and people have such short attention spans. Obama's the paddleboarder that drowned in the pool, or whatever the hell happened to him. Stanger, that ended up dead the day before he was supposed to testify. Even the lies and the cover-up they told about Ashley right after they killed her, those things are coming out now too, and I believe they will be exposed. But there are just so many things in this country that we gloss right over. How about the Epstein client list? I mean, what the hell? I mean, nobody's even talking about that anymore because we're on to the next thing.
That's right.
That's just what's under the rug.
That's a great point. Whatever happened to that? I agree. That actually slipped my mind.
It's crazy. Do you have news, Ruffet?
I have strange news.
Ruffet has some strange news. She's going to tell you right now.
All right, I used to really love Strange, so go ahead.
Okay, so a person was hit by a train, and their leg was dismembered, and a member of the public ran and got the leg and started eating it, and they had to take him off of the leg.
You're laughing, but it's so disgusting. It's like, I didn't know what was happening. I was like, hey, look at this, and there's a guy bent over, and they sort of have it blurred. But what you don't know is he's going ham on somebody's leg right in the middle of the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Wait, that's a cool day. That's a cool day. You went ham on somebody's leg.
Was he making a ham sandwich out of his leg?
Oh my gosh.
You guys, I don't know at what point that, I don't know, is barbecue already here, or was that his cousin oven bake? I don't know.
Here's the thing. When he got done with one, he needed another one.
Well, I'm not sure when human cannibalism became so funny, but we've been laughing about it all day.
It's not funny,
Yeah.
but you know what?
Sorry,
I don't
that
want to
was-
be disrespectful of the poor person that lost their life and their leg.
No.
You know, 'cause we shouldn't be laughing at that.
You're right,
But
you're
just
right,
the
you're
state
right,
of affairs
you're
in
right.
this, the state
You're
of
right.
affairs in this country where, you know, we have people like that. I mean, I don't know if that was a newcomer or an American citizen, but we literally have packs of people coming to this country that eat other people. And that, you know, that might be an isolated
That's insane.
incident with this guy on the sidewalk munching on somebody's leg. But the person in Haiti that literally has the most power, his name is Barbecue, and his little cousin Shake and Bake and Oven Fry are coming here, and they're going to toast up some people. And it's just, I mean, what are they going to just eat a couple people to keep us all? I don't know what's happening in this world today. It's so crazy. And they have people inhabiting like $1 million homes, and the homeowners can't give them out. They're getting the big finger, you know, no hell no, we're here and you can't get us out. And they're right. They're right. We can't get them out because they're here, and they once they squat in your house, just the whole government is for keeping them in there. It's freaking bizarre.
It is so weird.
They're normalizing the cabal.
Yes.
They're normalizing cannibalism.
Yes.
Liberalism is a disease.
This isn't liberalism.
It affects the brain.
This is basically Luciferianism going right into Satanism, and it's right in front of your face.
Right in
This
front
is
of
this
your face.
is how much farther do you go? At the point where you're eating people, where do you go from there? Like, what's the next level? You pretty much hit it. That's it. And if that's now in your face,
Right.
no. I have my opinion.
What's that 80s song? Remember that 80s song, Jeff?
Man eater?
That man-eater song? Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Remember that back in the 80s?
It's about
You have to be at least 45 up there.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I'm having a feeling that the person that was killed by the train with the severed leg, I'm counting on them not being tuned in because, you know, again, I mean, we're making jokes and stuff because what are you going to do besides laugh? But it's just so gross and so.
I know. Yeah. So,
That's all you can do is laugh. You just can't believe it.
I have a joke at the ready, but I'm not going to say it.
Guy said our country's gotten to the point to where Biden says just let them eat leg.
Oh God. Okay, so Guy Reffitt says our country's gotten to the point where our government, Joe Biden says just let them eat leg. I prefer cake. I do prefer cake. I think. I don't know. I've never experienced the other, but
I can't see Barbecue making you.
I mean, I don't know. He does let little kids rub on the hair of his leg. Right?
In all sincerity, we're dealing with cannibals now.
yes.
This is where we're at. I'm serious. This is where we are at a society. If you can't, if you don't wake up and go, what is going on?
You have 1 minute remaining.
How is this to the point where, and dare I say, I know we're guilty of some kind of humor?
Yeah.
No, it's atrocious. So forgive me, but no, we have to look at this with all sincerity, every bit of sincerity, and go, this has to be stopped.
Right.
This has to be stopped.
Absolutely.
Period.
Yes.
That is the
Yeah.
point right there.
All right, Scooter, what do you got?
I just want to give a shout out to my little brother Adam Jackson and tell him congratulations on his not coming to jail. I was really stressing him coming in here with me, but I definitely had him prepared to be in here. But thank you for not coming in here, and congratulations on your probation.
Have a beer on us. And
Amen.
guys, people get involved. PrecinctStrategy.com. Sign up to be a poll watcher. Do what you can. Look. I don't know the process, but look it up. Thank you guys for all that you do. God bless you. God bless America.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, guys.
Love y'all.
Good night. We love you.
Thank
too.
you.
Gator said everybody start losing weight. Nobody likes a skinny chicken leg.
Who said that?
Gator.
Oh, shit. Seriously, I apologize for if that's. I don't mean any disrespect. So.
Exactly. But if you can laugh about some of this crazy stuff, you lose your mind. You really do.
for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, North Sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
USA! 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 USA!
Now that the clouds have gone away, it's nice and really cold. So happy 600 days out here, Mickey. And thanks. Thanks, man. You guys out there, we couldn't do this without all of you guys. So really, y'all are the ones that keep us on this corner. Y'all are the ones tuning in every night and giving us somewhere to give these guys a voice too. So thank you so much for 600 days. And like I said earlier, I hope it doesn't take another 600 days. Hopefully we're done with this Shinola pretty soon. So pray for that, pray for us, and we will pray for you. Love you guys.
Bye, Miss Katie. It happened to me.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, God.
It's in the right place.
Thank you
at the
so
right
much.
time.
Big kick on it. Oh, the big wing. Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah, right.
Don't let us be a cheerleader.
Last one is the best one.
We're gonna have a whole lot more than a kick. There might be a herky involved.
May have been 25 years since I've done a herky, but
I'll dust off my old moves.
I never have.
Honestly, I play football, not cheerleading, but I did not actually cheerlead, but I do know the moves. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously.
I have your other phone, Tabby. Okay.
Good night, Miss Rebecca.
Good night, Tammy. I have to hold the tripod all the time. Patrice, thank you so much. Okay. Thank you, Pages. Thank you, Debbie, for freedom. You did a lot of very, very important job for us, for support us. Thank you so much. And thanks God today. Last night we saw the weather report said going to be rain tonight, but thanks God it's dry tonight. Okay, We'll say good night. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless you all. Love you all.